You're listening to the Who is Christine Anyway podcast, season 2. Enjoy.
I watched your reel earlier, by the way.
Of which one?
I have not seen you doing very many reels. I know you do a lot of reels, but I mean like comical ones where it looked like Guitar Center was flooding and you were like, this is going to cost tens of dollars. Yeah. And I just...
Yeah, we do a lot of comedy shit. It's fun. Me and Kevin and Matt and the guys and Coco and Squid. It's just, you got so much time to kill on tour and we all are big comedy fans. We just have fun with it.
That was fucking amazing.
I love it. I love doing that shit.
I guess I haven't really caught many lately, but I haven't really been on social media too terribly much in that sense. So I hadn't caught much of that. So when I caught that video earlier, like, I don't know, it's probably mid-afternoon, I probably watched it like 4 to 5 times to catch the comments because you were just like, you were quick, like one right after another. I'm like, reference after reference after reference.
No, I mean, I thought of those before we recorded it. I had them prepared in my brain.
Oh. But they're good though. And
thank you.
Like, I had seen that video all over. They're like, what a tragedy. And I'm like, is it though? But sure. I mean, those instruments could have at least went to some kid to learn how to start to play, but probably needed a bath in there anyway.
Yeah.
So.
That was funny.
How are your dogs?
They're good. They're all sitting with me right now, or they're all laying around sleeping, taking naps.
I don't know if you look jealous or just like intrigued.
They're all taking naps. Yeah, they're doing great. They got it made.
Made in the shade?
They got it fucking made.
How are you feeling these days? I know, God, it was like 2000, what? You had a bout with cancer, you dealt with it, you beat its ass. Yeah, you kicked its ass. I remember watching that.
Yeah, yep. That was, I started treatments in, October.
Yep, and you finished them like right around Thanksgiving. It's been like a really terrifying time.
It was, I don't know, terrifying as much as awful. It was an awful time. Yeah, it fucking sucked.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, you're still not, like, you're not old.
50. Yeah.
50's not old.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not young, but I'm not.
No, don't look 50. Okay, let me be clear. You don't look 50. You don't. I did say you look like 64. Okay. You probably look closer to like mid 40s.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I mean, you're not going to get ID'd, but you might.
Well, I'm not going to get ID'd. My hair is gray, mostly.
There was like a phase where girls were dyeing their hair gray. So maybe you're just
distinguished.
Yes, that's exactly it. Isn't the term like silver fox? Like when you're older, you get your hair colored. I did say elderly. I'm going to alphabet, all right? Straight to hell.
I eat this. My dogs are barking. I'll eat this.
What kind of dog is that?
That is Cookie, my pit bull. With husky. Yeah.
You have a husky too, huh? I got 2 beagles and a blue heeler.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the house is alive with the sound of barking.
For sure.
And baying. Although my beagles are terrible rabbit dogs. They don't bark at rabbits. They bark at neighbors.
Yeah.
They're just kind of, I don't know. I think they're broken, but like in the best possible way. Like they're just like the best cuddle bugs ever. I don't know. My cat's okay, but he's more judgmental.
Cats always are.
I like my cat. He's sassy, but in terms of like, hey, let's go get a non-judgmental donut, my dogs will get in the car.
Yeah, totally. Dogs are down. Yeah, dogs are down to ride.
I just find that like beagles are probably the most dense to train.
I don't know. I've never had one. I never had a beagle.
They just do the same where their nose goes to the ground and their ears shut. So you like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, they're a pack dog and they're a hunting dog. So, but they're great with kids.
Okay.
So it's kind of one of those things where I got them because I had them growing up and I was like, I'm confident. I know how to do this. And I had my first one and her name was Sadie. And I realized I was like way in over my head in the first go. Cause I got like, I'm going to get you an outdoor kind of like one of those chain link pens for you to play. And I put her out in it and I kind of like looked, I had gotten my coffee and I peeked around the corner and this dog was climbing the fence. Like she was coming out of Guantanamo Bay, like just going up and over. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
They're not going to ration with you, reason with you. They're not going to like turn around and slide down. So I ended up having to put like netting over the top. So when she'd get to the top, she'd jump back. So word on the street is you didn't start really taking your playing serious until you were 16.
There was, I was 16. I played a lot.
You excelled. That's the term, maybe.
I guess. Yeah, I had Metallica tablature books when I just learned the Metallica songs, learned the solos. That's really when that's probably when it really started to become a thing. But then I still skateboarded a lot too, so that took up just as much time. And then there was times where skateboarding took up more of my time and I barely played. Times when I only played and barely skated.
It's about balance. Did you break any bones while skateboarding?
No.
Do you still skateboard?
I had.
But if you tried?
I mean,
I'm not going to make you go out and try it right now, but I'm saying like, if I was to say like, guess what, you've been selected, $1 million skateboard, let's go. Like,
I mean, I can still skate, but not do tricks, not get crazy. But I could definitely skate around and ollie up curbs, no problem.
really?
Going fat. Oh yeah.
My brother tried to teach me how to skateboard in my grandparents' garage, and I had never had such bruised shins in my life.
Yeah, it hurts.
I could ollie. I just could not kickflip. And then, like, he had no patience. So he would, like, straight up pick the skateboard up and, like, I'm going to kick your ass. And then, we're fist fighting in the garage. But he's 3 years older than me, so it didn't end well for him.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, we have pavement up here, but in the winter, obviously it's under snow. And we have a skate park in Saranac Lake, but it's under snow.
Yeah.
And we don't have much, like, there's indoor stuff too, but like we take to the garages, and a lot of people up here have heated garages because who's going to want to work on their car in 40 below weather?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
So you'd have to convince my grandmother to back her car, which was like a 1997 Ford Aerostar van. You'd have to convince her to back it out of the garage, which you had to shovel enough room for said van to go backwards. And then once you got out, you had X amount of time before you had to convince her to put it back, because heaven forbid it be out overnight. Because if, a lot of snow seems to happen at night here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it was out overnight, you're going to be shoveling like twice as much. So you don't really want to like run that. But it was always a really funny point. My brother was really big in skateboarding until he got really big into other decisions with his life. He was actually good at guitar too. He still kind of tries.
What is it?
Getting better. Yeah. Well, he chose the route of illegal activities, and I went the route of like doing music. So when he was like always in trouble, and I was always in a venue, which was really funny because at one point he was like, you're kind of a pussy, Christine. You need to be a little bit tougher. And I went over to his house on the other side of where I was living at the time with my dad. And he was bagging up. He was getting, weed all portioned out in baggies at the time. This is a million years ago. And he goes to me, he's like, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And I'm just like, I don't really want to, but
Yeah.
I guess if that's how I got to spend time with you, then I guess we're going to do that. So yeah. I stole the whole bag. Then I went to my house. So I went back to my dad's house and he caught up eventually. And he was like, where's my weed? And I'm like, well, I'm going to sell it back to you. You wanted to teach me drug dealing and I'm going to teach you business. And if you talk to him now, like, even though he's been through like so many different things, he still says like, I haven't forgiven you for that. It's hilarious. Profit. Like,
Way to go.
I mean,
Take that, Dad.
yeah, it's like, is that technically drug dealing or is that like some vigilante shit? Like,
I think you're fine.
I mean, I think I'm beyond the statute of limitations anyway.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't worry.
Worst case scenario, he's gonna find me and be like, I can't believe you told him that. Like, kick my ass. And I'll just kind of be like, it's okay.
Keep listening for the next part of this episode. Visit www.whoischristineanyway.com for access to all the social media links and additional podcast episodes.